Hi, I'm John Mitchell, IPC President and CEO. After months of working with legislators in the United States to ensure that our industry is well represented, I'm pleased to say that we have been successful in our efforts, particularly concerning defense electronics and workforce education. The work of you, our members, cannot be underestimated. By telling real-life stories to legislators, you provide valuable input on how their constituents are affected by what happens in the electronics manufacturing industry. Regarding defense electronics, the U.S. President recently signed legislation that will bring long-term focus to military electronics. Specifically, Section 845 of the Fiscal Year 2019 National Defense Authorization Act, NDAA, calls on the Secretary of Defense to prepare a report on the health of the U.S. defense electronics industrial base. The report must include a plan to formalize the long-term resourcing and mission of the executive agent, the principal Defense Department entity charged with assuring the security and availability of printed circuit and interconnect technologies for defense electronics. IPC continues to provide industry data and opportunities for U.S. legislators to hear directly from our members. In workforce education, the U.S. Congress sent legislation to the President that will strengthen workforce education training efforts. The President signed the Perkins CTE ACT, or the Strengthening Career and Technical Education for the 21st Century Act. This was another issue that benefited from our member company executives explaining to leaders in Congress and the administration how the skills gap is constraining the growth of their companies and in some cases their long-term viability. I was happy to sign a letter to the leaders of the U.S. Senate Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions Committee urging them to complete their work on the bill. Because the Perkins CTE Act is now signed, it helps reassure me that our industry will have support as we work to train and certify the future workforce. These victories in North America will set the stage for the work we are doing on the global stage as we continue our international outreach. In November, we will rely on our European members to provide input to legislators as we support our industry globally at Impact Europe in Brussels. We couldn't do any of this work without you, and I'd like to take this time to thank you for your support. I look forward to continuing our advocacy efforts around the globe. By working together to support our industry in the face of so many legislative and political changes, we can continue to keep the electronics manufacturing industry top of mind with individuals making decisions that affect the work that we do every day. If you have any questions or comments on IPC advocacy efforts, please contact Chris Mitchell, IPC's Vice President of Global Government Relations at chrismitchell@ipc.org. Thank you.